All right, let's talk about something that's quietly running your entire life, the hidden lenses you see the world through. We're going to break down what they are, how to spot them, and most importantly, how to change them for good.
You know that feeling, right, where you're just spinning your wheels, working so hard, but you're not actually going anywhere new? It's super frustrating, and honestly, it's something we all go through. But what if the problem isn't how hard you're working? And this is the big idea right here. What if that stuck feeling has nothing to do with some personal flaw? What if it's just about the invisible filter that's coloring everything you see?
Okay, so let's get right into it. Before we can change the lens, we've got to understand what it is. So this first part is all about defining this core idea, the paradigm. So a paradigm isn't just an opinion or a belief. It's way deeper. Think of it like the operating system for your brain. It's the software that's running in the background, deciding what's possible and what's not. And the craziest part? Its real power comes from the fact that we usually don't even know it's there. And this shows you exactly how it works. Two people can go through the exact same thing and have totally different experiences. So, if your lens is life is hard, a flat tire feels like more evidence that the universe is out to get you. But switch that lens to growth is possible, and suddenly that same flat tire is a chance to learn something new. Same reality, completely different worlds. So how can you tell if your lens is actually helping you see clearly or if it's holding you back? Well, this next section is kind of a self-check. We're going to look at some of the classic warning signs that your current paradigm might be keeping you stuck. As I read these, just see if any of them ring a bell. That last one is really sneaky, isn't it? That little voice that just says, well, that's just the way things are. That's the sound of a limiting paradigm, trying to protect itself, trying to convince you that its walls are real. And this is absolutely crucial to understand. These limiting beliefs, they feel like facts. They feel like unchangeable laws of the universe, but they're not. They're just well-worn habits of how you see things. And you know the great thing about habits? They can be changed. Let's look at a real-world example. The old lens, I'm not a natural at this, is a total dead end. It shuts you down before you even start. But watch what happens when you swap it out. The new lens, I can learn anything I commit to, shifts the whole game from being about some magical talent to being about your own effort. It just opens everything up. And here's another powerful one. The old definition of success, having it all figured out, is a recipe for constant anxiety. Because let's be real, whoever has it all figured out? Nobody. But the new lens makes success about the journey itself, about learning and adapting. That's not just more realistic, it's a whole lot more enjoyable. All right, so we've seen the problem, now for the good stuff, the solution. This is the how-to part of our explainer. We're going to walk through a simple 5-step toolkit for actually changing the lens you see through. Here they are, just 5 steps. This isn't magic, it's a practice. It starts with just noticing, then questioning, then making a conscious choice. And then, this is key, acting on it and gathering proof. Let's break it down. So the first couple of steps are all about becoming aware. You really can't change what you don't see. So you just start listening to that internal monologue, the automatic stories you tell yourself. And then you hit them with one simple but really powerful question. Is this belief helping me grow, or is it just keeping me small? Now, step 3 is where you take the steering wheel. Look at this classic. We all say, I don't have enough time. It makes you feel like a victim. But reframing it to, I prioritize what matters, well, that puts you completely in charge. One is a trap, the other is a choice. It's a massive shift from being powerless to powerful. And this is where the rubber meets the road. You can't just think your way into a new belief. You have to act your way into it. You start behaving as if your new lens is already true. And then, every time you do that and something good happens, even something tiny, you have to consciously point it out to yourself. That's the evidence your brain needs to literally start rewiring itself. I mean, just look at how profound these little shifts can be. Moving from mistakes are failures to mistakes are feedback? That's a total game changer for learning anything. Or going from, I have to do it alone, to support is a strength? That can transform your entire life. Every single one of these is like opening a door to a new reality. So, after all this work, what's the actual payoff? What does life really look like when you start picking your lenses on purpose? Let's talk about the reward, because it's a big one. Honestly, the benefits are huge. We're talking about real freedom from those invisible walls you didn't even know were there. You get more resilient, Because a problem isn't a disaster anymore, it's just information. And maybe the biggest prize of all, you get a sense of agency. You realize you're not just a pinball bouncing around in life. You're actually shaping your own experience. And really, this says it all. This is not about just thinking happy thoughts. It's about realizing that you're the one in control of your own perception. You are the one holding the lens, and you get to decide if you want to clean it, adjust it, or even trade it in for a brand new one. So as we wrap things up, let's just hammer this home. Your paradigm, your lens, it feels like the absolute truth. It feels like reality, but it's not. It's just your interpretation. And just like the software on your phone, your interpretations can always be upgraded. So I'm going to leave you with one final, very powerful question to take with you. As you go through your day, just start to notice the lens you're looking through and ask yourself this: does this lens help me see more clearly, or does it just keep me in the dark? The power to choose a better view is and always will be yours.